Libra. I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, April 9th to Sunday, April 15th, 2018. Now, what we've got going on this week, Libra, is Venus hanging out right here in Taurus. And that for you is your 8th house of changes, endings, and beginnings, also of big financial investments, and of intimacy, intimate relationships, involving resources that you share with another person. Okay, and I think what you're trying to figure out is how you can change your life in a better way, to put your life in a spot that you feel more stable and secure in, that can bring more money to you, make you more confident. Okay, I think that's what you are trying to figure out. All right, I think it's going to be super important for you to figure that out this week. That's because on Tuesday we do have Venus here hanging out in Taurus in a square with the nodes, with the North node here in your 11th house of your goals, your dreams, and your hopes for the future, and the South node here in your 5th house of happiness, joy. Okay, and I think what's going on is that you need to figure out how you can change your life for the better, to bring more stability and more confidence to your life, so that you can finally start to relax here with the 11th house, so that you can finally start to reach some big goals and dreams of yours and feel like you're being your authentic self, reaching some future of yours that you like, and associating with the right groups of people. Okay, and so I think that's what's going on here, and you need to figure out how you can change your life to start to relax, to just associate more with the right people coming in. Okay, and I think you're trying to figure out how you can do that, what you need to be happy, in what way, so that you can then start to move forward feeling better about your life as you make some changes. All right, so that's what I see going on there. As that's happening, also on Tuesday and then on Wednesday of this week, we do have the sun hanging out here in Aries that I think you're going to be focusing on. And Aries for you is in your 7th house of your partnerships and your relationships, normally of the one-on-one variety. And I think what that's going to bring in on Tuesday and Wednesday is, as you're trying to make some big changes in your life here, to put your life on better footing, to feel much better about your life, to reach some big goals and dreams of yours, I think you're trying to figure out what's going on with your relationships. Who do you need in your life so that you can feel better, so that you can do some things that it is that you really want? How are you going to partner with people, and in what way? All right, with the sun, again on Tuesday and Wednesday, making a square over to Pluto in your 4th house here of home and of family. In order to work with people in the right ways, you may have to make some changes. You may have to make some changes to your relationships, to what you need emotionally, to feel emotionally comfortable in relationships. You may have to change your home life in order to have the partnerships that you want, in order to sign the contracts that you want. Okay, with the contracts coming with the 7th house. So there's just a lot that's going on with Pluto in your 4th house. I mean, this can be like a big emotional change, like something very core to your being you may have to change, like where you live, your family, your home and your family, your emotional states, so that you can start to work with the right people, have the right relationships, feel better about what's going on, sign some contract or do something along those lines. Okay, coming in. It could be a little bit hard the beginning to middle of this week because this is a square and this is Pluto, but I do think, however, that any change you can make to your home life, to your emotions, to start to work with people or work with people in better ways is going to help you. That's because on Wednesday and Thursday, around the same time, right after all of this happens, Venus, as it moves further through Taurus, is going to trine Mars in your 4th. So after you make maybe some hard changes emotionally with your home life to accommodate people, I think there is going to be a chance for you to start to feel much better about your home life, about some changes you have to make emotionally. I think it's going to help you to figure out emotionally what you need in order to create more of a life that it is that you really want, step into a life you want, build a life, doing something that really resonates with you deep down. But I think it's going to be hard for you to find more of that stability, changing your life, building a life that's better for you, working with your home and family in more positive ways. It's going to be hard for you to do that unless you first make the changes that you need to make to your home to adjust your emotional situation, so that you can then start to build on it, doing something you really want with the change that you've made. Okay, so that's what I see going on there. After all that happens, as we move further throughout the week, I do see things getting even better. So it's just this Sun square Pluto on Tuesday and Wednesday that could be a little bit hard, but after that I really like the end of the week. That's because on about Friday and Saturday, around the same time, we do have Venus and Mars, which were in a trine on Thursday. Both come into a sextile here with Neptune. All right. And Neptune is in your 6th house of your job and your daily routines. So what I see at the end of the week is you starting to feel much better about your job, about your health, about what you do on the day-to-day, to feel more at peace with your job and with everything that's going on there coming in. Okay, so I do see it being a good thing. You may have to make changes here to your job or your daily routines, to what you do at home on the day-to-day, to what your home looks like on the day-to-day, but I see any changes that it is that you make to live more of a life that you want, to work with other people, to make some important commitments that maybe you need to make here, really helping you to start to live a life that you like better, have a job better, have some daily routines that it is that you like, okay? It's just making the changes, not being afraid to make them to your home life, to your relationships, even to your job and your daily routines, so that you finally can start to feel like you're building something that's important to you. You're bringing more stability into your life, finding more of that confidence, bringing more of that income moving forward. Okay, so that's what I see going on for you. Other positive things that I think is going to happen as the week moves on. Sunday is Mercury retrograde ending on Sunday. Also a new moon happening in Aries, both in your 7th house. I really like that a lot. So I really do see as we move further through this week, things getting better and better. It's just the beginning that's hard. And I think what could come in on Sunday with Mercury going direct and a new moon in Aries in your 7th is fresh new beginnings and relationships with the people in your life, with some commitments, with some contracts that it is that you're signing. And I see them being really positive. Especially to me, this new moon is like the first new moon of the year, of the astrological new year, especially after a lot of crazy things have gone on earlier this year. And I think this new moon is really going to help you to start to have a fresh new beginning, to understand what you need in relationships, how you need to partner with people, what commitments you need to make in order to start to feel better in some way, moving forward in a very positive way, doing the things that you need. The new moon also in conjunction with Uranus, I think really helping you to break free from limiting patterns, old patterns of self-limiting beliefs here about your relationships, about who you are in relationships, about your commitments, about contracts. Okay, so I see this new moon being very, very positive coming in. It's just a matter of making some of the changes that you need to make to your emotions, to your home life, and to your job and your daily routines during the week, so that you can then start to let these new people, these new relationship chapters in a positive way. All right, some unexpected things could come up again with Uranus very close to this new moon on Sunday of this week and especially into next week. So just be on the lookout for that. But I think these unexpected things that are going to come up for you in relationships with other people are ideally, I think, going to be positive here to help you understand how you can have better relationships, feeling more free in relationships, doing something that hopefully is going to help you deep down do more of what you want and need. All right, so that's what I see going on. Other things happening that I just do want to mention that in the background, there's slower moving influences, is Jupiter here in Scorpio and a sextile with Pluto, which is going to be coming exact this week. And Jupiter for you is going to be in your 2nd house of money, of stability, of your gifts and skills and talents, so again of your confidence. And so I think what's going on here is that as you're making some changes in your life emotionally to let more people into your life, have new relationship chapters, reach some of your goals and dreams, maybe change in your home and your job, I think there's going to be an opportunity for you to finally start to feel more stable emotionally, feel more confident home, confident emotionally, for you to start to feel more unique and special, like you're living a life that was really meant for you in some way. So even if some hard things do come up, just so I'm clear, on Tuesday and Wednesday, I think if you are not afraid to make the changes, to make the big emotional adjustments with home, with family, and some other things that are important to you, I think it's really going to help you here to find that stability that you want, find that confidence, and to feel better all around emotionally with what is going on in your life in a really positive way. Okay, I see that happening. Saturn as well, stationing this week, even though it will not fully go retrograde until a few weeks from now. But Saturn also stationing here in your 4th house of home and family, making that super important. Okay, choices, decisions, things, especially with the Pluto involved, that you need to make about your home and family to figure out what's going on there, your emotions. I hope I've made that clear, needing to figure that out. as well being important. I think Saturn's making sure that you're making the right decisions with the sextile to Jupiter in a way that you like. So I don't see it being a bad thing, but I do think lots of serious things coming up with home and family that you may need to put the attention towards. All right, Chiron as well at the 29th degree here of your job, your 6th house, could again bring up some hurt feelings in regards to your job and your daily routines. Maybe it's been a struggle for you lately. You don't have the job you like, don't feel comfortable with your job, your daily routines are crazy, your health even. And Chiron at 29 degrees could bring up some more last minute hurt feelings about what your job and about your day to day. But I think Chiron here at the last degree is saying, look, this struggle is almost over. Any struggle you've had at work, with your job, with your daily routines, it's going to end. It's going to get better. You're at the final stretch now. Don't let it get you down. Make the changes that you need to make to your life. And to let some new goals or dreams in, to find more stability that it is that you want, and then you're going to start to feel much better about the life that you're living on a daily basis, and things are going to start to come together. Okay, so that's what I want to say there. I think things are starting to look up, especially at this new moon. Very slowly we're starting to get a fresh new burst of energy, you in relationships, to work with other people, I think, and to start to feel much better about where your life is going and what you're doing, building a life that it is that you want. It's just sticking it out through the transition so that you can get to the other side. Okay, so that's what I've got for you, Libra. Your card is the Chariot upright. This card to me is a card of driving your life in the right direction here. Maybe there's a lot of options, a lot of things going in different ways. Maybe your mind itself is all over the place. And I think this card is saying you got to get a handle on your mind. You got to get a handle on your choices, on your options. If you've got a lot of things here and you got to pick something, you got to pick a choice, you got to pick an option, you got to pick a direction you want your life to go in, a path, something that's important to you, and you have to stick with it. And you have to move towards that. And I think this card is saying if you can have the drive to pick something, to move forward in a direction that you need to go in, okay, and to bring all the different parts of your life, people, relationships, things together in a way that can work, you're going to have success doing it. It's just staying dedicated, driven, and moving forward, and not doubting yourself, especially with Chiron at 29 degrees if things don't feel quite right. Okay, so that's what I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and I will talk to you later.